Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Monday the 16th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, had a decent time frame. Dogs got me up, got out, got the dogs out. Basically had to keep them separated because the one doesn't get long, so there was always that good fun. It was drizzly, kind of crappy, rainy, kind of off and on throughout the morning. I was like, hopefully it'll clear out. Kept the radars and stuff kept looking like it was going to dissipate and I'd have a decent day to go with it, but it is what it is. So got them all fed, got them medicated. Actually, I didn't get them medicated because they didn't bring enough medication for the day. So when they came to pick the dog up, I told them that she had not had her pill today, and they said it's cool, they'll give her the pill when you get home. And I said, that's where we're at. And I also remind them, hey, next time bring me extra in case something happens, which it's more of an allergy pill, so it's not the end of the world if she doesn't get it. It's not like it's gonna like heart medication that causes her to die or nothing. So just makes her more likely to scratch her ears and all that fun stuff that comes with it. So, but yeah, got the dogs in and out. Like I said, rotating them in and out like it goes. They weren't real happy. They weren't having joyous fun in the drizzly rain, but I did jump in the hot tub for a little bit, which is always kind of nice when that nice little rain coming down. It keeps it a little cooler, makes it nice to be out there in it. So I just chucked my phone into a Ziploc bag. So even though my case is technically waterproof, I never fully trust it. So I add in an extra layer of a Ziploc just to add a little more protection to that process. So, but yeah, got a call or got the text from the first dog owner. They came pick the dog up. They were about half an hour late, not a big deal. Gave them back the dog. We chatted about how their trip went. Just kind of had a good conversation. Went back in, hung out with their dog, just kind of waiting around and all the good fun stuff that comes with it. So they wanted to pick the dog up later, and I'm like, that's fine. I kind of had planned on doing a couple other things about this time. They said, we'll get there when we can, but I said, I'll make it work no matter what it is. Just let me know and we'll work around it. So thought I had a friend coming over, or I guess not really a friend, somebody I haven't just met that was going to come over, wanted to go to the beach, and I told them I'd take them to the beach, kind of thing, and that they had canceled that trip. They had somebody else come in from out of town, so they were staying with them instead because they don't get to see them very often. So, and I'd actually reached out to them, hey, got lucky because it's been raining all damn day, so we couldn't have gone to the beach anyway, or at least not enjoyed the beach like we want to. So that was a kind of a laziness of that, but I thought, well, I'll go out to Door Sleeper and I'll go run long, or maybe take my bike out, my tadpole out for a long bike ride. I'll get something done. But it just drizzled, rained all damn day. And I was like, oh, I don't want to run in the rain. I don't want to ride my bike in the rain. It just really sucks. I have no dogs in my house right now, and I'm like, I can't do anything with it. So they finally came and picked up the second dog that got picked up. All was good. They tipped me out with a cigar that they basically offered me 3 cigars. He's like, here, pick one. Which one you want? I said, well, I've had those 2 and they're both great. I've never tried that one, so I'm taking that one as your go. He goes, yeah, whatever. All 3 are open. That's why I brought them out for you to try. So I was like, cool. I'll let you know what I think. So I went ahead and tested it, and it was a little bit, it's like 75% humidity, which we like to be. I like 65. They say 70 is the best, but I like 65. Down here in Florida, it's so humid outside when you're smoking, they tend to draw in humidity and get more moist as you smoke them. Ironically, it's just weird because you're lighting on fire. But so I keep them a little bit on the drier side, get a little bit of flavor that way. So I told him I'm going to dry box this one a little bit before I smoke it, and he might want to try and dry his out also a little bit as well, and he'll get more flavor out of it. So told him about a couple other cigars that I recommended him try. So we chatted and talked and stuff. We talked about how the dog did, because the dog was super good here and stuff. Like, so they never see how she acts around other dogs and other people because just they're not there, kind of thing. I told him how she was really kind of growly and barky at 2 different friends that came over Saturday night. So we had 2 different friends stop in completely different times, and she was crappy to both times. And I said, to the point that I just put her in the bedroom by herself, which she was perfectly fine with. And they're like, yeah, we have to do it at home too. Sometimes she'll get that way. And we always thought maybe just because it's our house. I said, she might be thinking this is also her other house, like, cause she's here a lot and she gets to fit in really good. So I think she might be treating that same way. So I told him of a trainer that over in Orlando they might want to talk to that might be able to help them out with that. You got like a 165-pound dog. You got to basically stay on top of that to make sure it doesn't get out of hand. So yeah, then after that, basically the dogs are gone. I'm here at the house free and nothing I can go do that I want to do. So I almost went back up to the aquarium. I thought, no, I don't want to do that. Kept saying the rain was going to stop. So I'm like, it'll stop and I'll go do something fun. Didn't do nothing fun. So I got myself in a mental slump, just sitting around being lazy, not doing a damn thing, which I don't get very often I don't get chances to be dog free, 100% dog free. So, and basically with the rain, there was nothing I wanted to do that was inside. So I'm not a dude to go shopping. I'm not a dude. Like, I don't want to go to the movie theaters and shit. It's not my thing. Like, anything I want to do that's entertaining to me, it's going to be outside, running, hiking, kayaking, that kind of stuff, and riding my bike, that kind of thing. And I couldn't do that in the rain. Or I could, I didn't want to, I guess. So it is kind of what it is. I kind of let myself mentally get in a slump. But overall, it wasn't too bad. So I decided, let's go out tonight, talk to my wife. She said, yeah, let's go out and eat. Like, cool. Reached out to a bunch of friends. Nobody could go. Everybody was either had other plans or working and had different things they had to do, and kid events and all kinds of stuff that happened, except for one. And they'd reached out and said, I'll get back to you. I'll talk to my wife. And then, like always, he never gets back to me. So every time he says that, I know it's a no. It's a delayed no. And so it's that's his way. So now I just invite him to shit. And when he says, I'll talk to my wife and get back to you, it's going to be a no. And if he ever does show up, I'll be surprised. So, but yeah, we were going to run over to a place called Elevate. It's an old Sears building, 2 stories. It's got bowling alleys, it's got go-kart tracks, it's got arcades, it's got all kinds of stuff. And looking into it, my wife is too short to drive the go-karts. Well, the fast go-karts. They got little shitty slow ones too she can drive. But the fast go-karts, you have to be 5'2", and she's 4'11". So she's 3 inches off of driving the go-karts. I'm like, that sucks. So I didn't really want to drive over there and just like race go-karts myself. One, they're super expensive, and it's like $25, I think, for like 8 minutes or whatever. So it's not free. And then on top of that, like, it's a lot of money that I'm driving out there without her enjoying it too. It feels weird to drop like $100 and run a few times to have her stand there and watch me drive go-karts, which she would have happily done. Would not have been a big deal, but it kind of is what it is. So as I was wandering around a little bit, got late enough. I'm like, I'm gonna get my run in. The rain was still out, but it was kind of slow drizzling. It wasn't too bad. So went and ran in the rain, put on my reflectors and stuff extra so I didn't get hit by cars, and got back from my run, grabbed a shower, and it was still just drizzly raining, just crappy. And then it got to rain pretty hard at different times. She was heading off to head home from work, and they dumped some of their stuff on her, so she ended up being stuck at work later, which isn't a big deal. It happens often. But the place we were going had like half-price appetizers until like 7. And at this point, I looked at the map, see how long it takes to get there, and it's about an hour drive normally. And it said there was big ass crash over by there, and expect at least a 25-minute delay. And I'm like, I'm not gonna drive an hour and a half, what should be an hour, and maybe worse by the time we get there. Maybe better, but maybe worse. With the rain still coming out, it's pretty heavy rain. I looked at the map, I was over there, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. And then we talked about us going out here locally, but we really didn't want to go out in the rain and getting all wet walking from the car to the restaurant and stuff. So we just said, okay, we just stayed inside. And I realized I was being kind of short with her and kind of grumpy, and it hit me when I realized what I was doing. So I apologized to her and said, hey, I'm not upset with you at all in any way, shape, or form. I'm in my own little slump here, my own little mental, like, just pissed off myself for not doing anything fun today, because finally had a day off with no dogs and didn't do anything worthwhile. So really kind of hit me shittily. So, but it is what it is. So after that, we were talking. I said, I'm really not feeling like eating anything. I don't know what I'm gonna eat. So I was planning on eating like appetizers and like loaded tots and whatever and whatnot at the place. And after I said, how do you feel about mozzarella sticks? She goes, what? And I go, I'm gonna have mozzarella sticks for dinner. And she goes, really? And I go, yeah, why not? She goes, yeah, sounds like a plan. So went out in the freezer, got some mozzarella sticks, chucked in the air fryer, got them all cooked up. And only marinara sauce we have was like a giant full-size jar to dip them in. I didn't feel like doing that. So I mixed up a little bit of ranch and some honey mustard. And she talked about, we got cocktail sauce. I'm like, you're eating cocktail sauce on mozzarella sticks? She goes, yeah, maybe. And I said, I'll give you $40 if you dip every bite of that into a cocktail sauce. And she goes, what? And I'm like, that's gotta taste like shit. And she's like, okay. So I knew if she took the first bite and it was gross, she wouldn't do it. But she's like, actually, it's pretty good. I'm like, it can't be that good. And then about my second stick, I dipped one in there. I'm like, holy shit, that actually is really damn good. So cocktail sauce on frozen mozzarella sticks is surprisingly pretty damn good. So we had a good little chuckle at that. She ate every bite with a cocktail sauce, so I gave her $40, which wasn't my best moment of my life making that. I really thought she would not want to eat cocktail sauce on mozzarella sticks, so I missed that mark heavy. But overall, we had a good chuckle on it. So we watched a little bit of TV, and then I really almost went to bed. It was like, I'm just gonna go to bed, I don't care. So instead I said held it, grabbed a cigar, headed outside, go out there, watched the rain come down, and enjoyed myself a nice little cigar, and watched a bunch of YouTube, and pretty much wrapped it up out there, just kind of being lazy. Headed back in, kind of early-ish for me, and we got talking a little bit and stuff. Went ahead and watched some Frasier, and then called it a night. And it was such an uneventful day. The only saving grace of the whole day was the stock market is still just kicking ass for me. Like, I made so much money. Like, it's like I made more money today than I made probably maybe my first 2 years working at the restaurant in high school. Like, it was part-time, but still, like, today my stock value went up more than I made in, I know, 1 year. I bet my life on it, and probably the first 2 years, because the first year I didn't work a full year. So that's the first 2 calendar years. I made more today than what I did working part-time at a pizza place for 2 years in high school. So definitely not the worst day, but I would have rather been out. It sounds so dumb. I would have rather not made that money. I made like 10.5 today, and I would have rather not made $10,000 a day and went and did something fun, like went kayaking or went and hung out on the beach with new friends or something like that, just because I would have got out of the house and did something else that's not sitting in my house with dogs that, hello. But it kind of is what it is. So yeah, overall, pretty good day. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.